Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I'm here to go over the Mannheim Central High School online Netiquette guide, which is found in the course information folder in every course on Schoology. So every course that I created has this folder. It's in the week 1 folder at the top of our Schoology pages, and it goes as this. It is important to recognize that the online classroom is in fact a classroom, and certain behaviors are expected when you communicate with both your peers and your instructors. These guidelines for online behavior and interaction are known as Netiquette. So just some general guidelines that when you're communicating online, you should always treat instructors with respect, even in email or in any other online communication. Always use your professor's proper title, which is Mrs. or Doctor, or if you doubt, use Mr. or Miss. Unless specifically invited, don't refer to them by their first name. Use clear and concise language. Remember that all communication should have correct spelling and grammar. Avoid using slang such as what's up and texting abbreviations such as you instead of you. Use standard fonts such as Times New Roman and use a size 12 or 14 point font. Avoid using the caps lock feature as it can be interpreted as yelling. Please don't yell at me. That would not be nice. Limit and possibly avoid the use of emoticons, so like smiley faces, winky faces. Be cautious when using humor or sarcasm, as tone is sometimes lost in emails or discussion. Post and your message might be taken seriously or offensive. Be careful with personal information, both yours and others. So those are some just general guidelines. As far as email and Schoology messaging netiquette, you must use your school email to contact teachers, no personal accounts. Use a descriptive subject line. Be brief. Avoid attachments unless you are sure your recipient can open them. Avoid HTML in favor of plain text, so like PDF. Sign your message and emails with your full name. Think before you send the email to more than one person. Does everyone really need to see your message? Be sure you really want everyone to receive your response when you click Reply All. Be sure that the message author intended for the information to be passed along before you click the forward button. Alright, message board netiquette. Make posts that are on topic within the scope of the course material. Take your post seriously and review and edit your post before sending. Be as brief as possible while still making a thorough comment. Always give proper credit when referencing or quoting another source. Be sure to read all messages in a thread before replying. Don't repeat someone else's post without adding something of your own. Avoid short, generic replies such as I agree. You should include why you agree or due to the previous point. Always be respectful of others' opinions, even when they differ from your own. When you disagree with someone, you should express your differing opinion in a non-critical way. Do not make personal or insulting remarks. Be open-minded. Alrighty, so that is all the information posted in the Netiquette guide in the course information folder. Let's talk about acceptable use policy. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath. It's really hot in here today. Today is August 28th, and I can't have the fans running while I record, so I apologize for that. Alright, Code of Conduct. Mannheim Central School District expects students enrolled in online learning to follow our Code of Conduct policies. MCSD will not tolerate any actions from students, parents, staff, or visitors that in any way interfere with the delivery of educational services, jeopardizing the health, safety, and well-being of any member of the school community, or threaten the integrity and stability of the online learning program or the school itself. High school administration will use their professional judgment in determining which disciplinary action will be most effective in dealing with the student's misconduct. Students' age, maturity, nature of infractions, and previous record are a few of the circumstances that will be taken into consideration when disciplining. The following infractions on the Code of Conduct may result in the disciplinary action. So cheating, acting dishonestly, copying or using someone else's work, violating the academic integrity plagiarism policy, insubordination, not accepting directions, refusing to cooperate with school staff and other agents, fighting, participating in physical contact with one or more students, faculty, or staff, vandalism, purposeful destruction or misuse of property, violating the acceptable use policy, harassment or profane obscene language or gestures, wrongful conduct, any action or inaction not specifically referencing it in the list above that impedes, obstructs, interferes, or violates the mission of Mannheim Central, or is disrespectful, harmful, or offensive to others or property. Possession of drugs, alcohol, tobacco, or illicit substances on school property. Possession of weapons on school property or related events. Hazing. Any intentional, knowing, or reckless act meant to induce pain, embarrassment, humiliation, deprivation, or of rights, or that creates physical or mental discomfort and is directed against a student with the purpose of being initiated into, affiliated with, holding office in, or maintaining membership in any organization, program, or club. Bullying. Bullying is a form of harassment and is defined as repeated intimidation of others by real or threatened infliction of physical, verbal, written, electronic transmitted, or emotional abuse, or through attacks on the property of another. Bullying may include, but is not limited to, name-calling, verbal taunts, extortion of money or possessions, and exclusion from peer groups. So our academic integrity plagiarism policy. It is expected that all work submitted for the purpose of meeting online course requirements represents the original efforts of the individual student. This includes, but is not limited to, exams, homework, course assignments, and the original creation of essays, compositions, term papers, and scientific research. All work submitted by a student should be a true reflection of his/her own effort and ability. If such is not the case, then the student has demonstrated unacceptable academic behavior and is subject to disciplinary action. Administrators, faculty, advisors, students, and families are all important contributors to the upholding of academic integrity in the online learning community. Plagiarism is defined as copying, stealing, and passing off as one's own the ideas or words of another, using someone else's created product without crediting the source or committing literary theft. Examples include the following: turning in a paper retrieved from the internet source as one's own, using another student's work in whole or part and handing it in as one's own, using information from an encyclopedia, book, textbook, website, database, or other without citing the source, using another person's idea, opinion, or theory without citing the source, using any facts, statistics, graphs, drawings, pictures, sounds, or other pieces of information that was found from any source that is not common knowledge without citing the source, using quotations of another person's actual spoken or written word without citing the source, paraphrasing, which means putting into your own words another person's unique idea, spoken or written without citing the source. As the internet becomes increasingly more accessible and sophisticated, the incidence of plagiarism is submitted student paper and projects have increased. Many institutions of higher post-high school education penalize plagiarism with student expulsion. Therefore, in the interest of the student's future education as well as the school's part in the personal development of students, Mannheim Central will follow the policy on plagiarism as outlined below. Plagiarism will result in a 0, which is no credit, on the assignment, assigned paper, or project. Teachers will provide written documentation of the plagiarism and will use the following procedure: discussion with the student, referral to the school's principal or assistant principal, call to parents by the teacher or principal's referral to co-curricular coaches, advisors, and Natural Honor Society as applicable. When purposeful plagiarism is found to have taken place, the student must still meet the minimum requirements of the course by rewriting the assignment according to the teacher's specifications. All assignments must be completed to pass the course. A second plagiarism offense will automatically result in an F for the course. Discussion with the student, referral to the school principal or assistant principal, call to parents by the teachers or principal, referral to co-curricular coaches advisors will happen as applicable. Alrighty, and so that is all the information that is posted about the Code of Conduct and Acceptable Use Policy. Alright, And so that is everything that I wanted to go over with you today about Netiquette and our policies as far as information that is used and established in our online classroom. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.